Will time make my ex miss me or forget me? In this video, I'm going to tell you what goes on in his head after a breakup. It's Sabrina, your personal love advisor from A New Mode, the channel where we show you how love actually works. Okay, so ex-back questions are extremely popular, and I get variations all the time. And if you're familiar with my content, either my articles on A New Mode or videos on this channel, then you know that my main piece of advice when it comes to getting your ex back, and also when it comes to getting over your ex, is to follow the no contact rule. And the no contact rule is as it sounds. After a breakup, you completely go cold. You don't talk to him, you don't text, you don't tweet, you don't DM, you are not in touch with him at all for a period of at least 30 days. But every time I give this advice, I get the same nervous question in response. And the question is, but if I do that, what if he forgets about me? First of all, this really indicates a lack of self-esteem. You are in a relationship with this guy. Do you really think he's just gonna forget about you? Do you really think that you're that forgettable? Especially by someone you are in a romantic relationship with? If you do, then you really need to ask yourself why you think that is. And maybe focus on that before anything else. Focus on why you would possibly think that it's feasible that someone could forget you. But I hear where you're coming from. I totally hear that fear. I think that what's really beneath that is a fear of, what if he realizes he's better off without me? Ooh. Or what if he finds someone else, someone better? Or what if I lose him forever if I let him go? I know you want him back. I've been in your shoes, I've experienced those feelings, and I'm with you. I'm with you on the journey. But you have to believe me when I say that your only chance of getting back together with him is if you follow no contact. And if you do that, he will miss you and he will not forget you. I'm gonna break it down in this video, so make sure you watch until the end. Real quick, if you like this video and find it helpful, please give it a like. This will really help me out. It is such a quick and easy way to help me out. I really spend a lot of time on these videos. I try to make them the best they could possibly be. So if you give it a like, it tells YouTube that this is a good video, it's helpful, and YouTube will recommend it to other people. So really appreciate it if you could tap that like button. It only takes a second. And if you enjoy my content, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you don't miss out when I post new videos. And I also want to add that I try to keep my videos short and sweet. I deliver as much information as I can. I really hope that you exit the video feeling like you learned something that you can implement in your life. But there's only so much that I could fit into one video. If you really want your ex back, you are serious about it, you want to know exactly what to do, then I have good news. Me and Eric, my co-founder of A New Mode, actually wrote a book all about how to get your ex back. It's called Get Him Back, and you can download it right now. You can download it, or you can wait till you're done with this video and then download it. You can get it at easyxback.com. Super quick, super simple, and we break it down step by step, everything you need to know to get your ex back. And for those of you who don't know, I actually married an ex-boyfriend, so I am kind of an expert on this subject. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what happens during your time apart. So you and him broke up. I'm assuming that he broke up with you. Now what's going on in his head? First, it's really important for you to realize that no one is ever 100% sure of their decisions. Just think about big decisions that you've made in your life. When have you ever really been 100% sure? That's a rare thing. There is always that space for doubt. And that space for doubt, and the percentages will vary depending on the relationship. Some guys could be 95% sure he wanted to break up with you, but at least you still have that 5%. Sometimes it's 70% sure and you have 30%. I mean, the margins vary, but the fact is, no one is ever 100% sure that in their decisions, especially when it comes to breaking up with someone. Because relationships it's not black and white. None of them are ever all good or all bad. They were good and bad. And the percentage of doubt, I guess, correlates to how much bad was there contrasted to how much good. But either way, there was good in the relationship. If there wasn't, you never would have had a relationship. So that doubt is on your side. But here's the thing, if you keep badgering him, it's not even badgering him like in an annoying way. Maybe you're trying to be sweet and romantic and you're writing him love letters and you're doing special things because maybe, you did something wrong in the relationship and you want to try to win him back. Or maybe you're just trying to get him to rethink his decision. Whatever your reasoning is, and most of us don't act rationally after a breakup. The more you come at him, the more sure he's going to become that breaking up with you was the right decision. So you're really hurting yourself by doing that. It is only when you give him the space to feel your absence that he will come to miss you. The more you infringe upon him, because also think about it, like he broke up with you. That means he doesn't want to have anything to do with you, at least right now. You have to respect that. the more you infringe upon that, the more he's gonna resent you and the more he's just gonna want to have nothing to do with you. It's not a good feeling when someone doesn't respect what it is we want. Like when you tell someone, I don't want to talk about it, just back off, and they don't back off, that's not a good feeling. That just makes you want to get away from that person. People have a tendency to idolize the past. That is just how humans operate. We also tend to forget about negative memories faster than the positive ones. So the more time you're apart, the more he's gonna forget about his anger, his resentment, whatever happened that caused him to break up with you. And then the happy memories are gonna start coming back in. Another common human trait is the fact that we tend to idolize what we don't have anymore. If you're still reaching out to him after he breaks up with you, he knows he still has you. He might not be with you, but he knows that he still has you. It's only when you're really not there anymore that he's not so sure. This isn't gonna happen right away though. At first, he's probably gonna feel a feeling of relief because he didn't just decide to break up with you one day. He was thinking about it for a while. This was on his mind for a while. Your relationship was falling apart for a while. And it doesn't feel good to be at the end of a relationship when it's falling apart and you're fighting all the time and everything's terrible. So he's been thinking about this. And maybe he was too chicken to do it. He didn't know the right time, but then he finally did it and it's over. And now he feels relief. And I know that that's probably making you cringe and that's probably stabbing you in the chest right now, but just stick with me. Don't worry. He's not gonna feel relieved for long. He just feels relieved right now. So when he's in that relief stage, you cannot come at him. You just have to let him feel relieved and happy and bask in his freedom for now. And if he dumped you, he's most likely expecting that he's gonna hear from you. And when he doesn't, that's probably gonna be shocking to him. And that is when the doubt is gonna start to creep in. That is when he's gonna start second guessing himself. That's when he's gonna start wondering, wait, did I make the right decision? And that's when all the questions are gonna start creeping in. Why am I not hearing from her? Did she move on already? I can't believe she moved on already. Did she find someone else? What if I lost her forever? Oh no, did I make a terrible mistake? Knowing how someone feels isn't intriguing. Knowing that he just has you isn't motivating for him. Wondering what's going on, now that's gonna start driving him a little crazy. And that's when he's gonna start feeling a little bit of regret. There is nothing like giving someone a big dose of what they say they want to make them realize that maybe they don't want it. He broke up with you. All right, there you go. I'm out of your life. I am gone. Now he doesn't know if he wants that. Now he's not so sure that he made the right decision. Let him sit with that uncertainty. That is working in your favor. That's what you achieve by backing off and giving him space and following the no contact rule. And I have a whole other video about why the no contact rule works and is so effective, so definitely watch that as well. And in fact, we actually have a whole playlist on how to get your ex back, so watch all those videos too while you're at it. The second you reach out to him, he knows exactly where you stand. He knows that he can have you back whenever he wants. So he has no motivation to get back together with you. He can just take his time and play the field a little bit and enjoy his freedom, enjoy, being free of the constraints or responsibilities that come from being in a relationship. And he knows that as soon as the loneliness sets in or as soon as he wants to have you back, then he can. So in essence, the answer is yes. Time away will make him miss you, but it won't happen right away. You have to give him the space to miss you. Okay, now let's talk about why he won't forget you, because this is the fear that everyone has. If a guy ever cared about you in a real and significant way, he will not forget about you when you're not in his life anymore. This isn't Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That's a great movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it. I should rewatch that movie actually. But it's not like that where you can just erase all your memories of a painful previous relationship and then just start anew. It just doesn't make any logical sense. I know that your emotions are telling you that that's what's going on. He's just gonna forget about you when you're no longer in his line of vision, so you need to just keep reminding him that you exist. But that just doesn't make any sense. Of course he's not gonna forget about you. And if he does forget about you, or if he is just euphoric at how great his life is without you in it, he is not the guy for you. You do not want to be back together with a guy who is like, thank God I got rid of her. You can't badger someone into feeling a certain way about you. You just can't. The only person you have control over is yourself. And controlling yourself is hard. Being in control of ourselves is hard, and it's us. We're in control. I have control over this mind and this body, and that's still a really difficult thing. So think about how hard it is to control someone else. And this is another trap I see a lot of women fall into. They come to me asking like, what should I say? What should I do? Should I write him this letter? Should we have one more closure talk? Everyone always wants that one last closure talk, which isn't really a closure talk at all. You tell yourself you want closure so you can move on, but all you really want is one more opportunity opportunity to plead your case and prove to him why you guys should be back together. The only thing that you have control over is yourself. So focus on being your best self, on understanding what went wrong in this relationship and how you can fix it. Whatever it was that you did wrong in the relationship, how can you be better in your next relationship, be it with this guy or with some other guy? That's where you should be focusing your time and attention. So now the next question that I often get asked is, well, how can I show him that I'm my best self if I'm doing no contact? People think they need to be posting progress reports on social media in order to like let their ex or let the world know how great that they're doing and how much improvement they're making in their lives. Because if you don't post it, how else is he gonna know? Well, here's the thing. First of all, posting endlessly on social media, like posting pictures of yourself in a bikini because you've been working out a lot and you look great, or posting like these deep quotes about how evolved you are, that's just thirsty and desperate. And that is not what's gonna make him think, oh wow, I really need to reconsider this. If following the no contact rule is hard for you and it's unnatural, that is the only action you need to take in order to let him know that you are changing and evolving for the better. Because like I said, he's gonna expect to hear from you. And when he doesn't hear from you, that's gonna be shocking to him. That's gonna make him think, maybe she's not who I thought she was, because I thought that she wasn't gonna let this go. I thought she was gonna try to control this whole situation. I thought that she'd be back. I thought that she was totally in love with me and couldn't live without me, and she's not? Like, this is weird. If it's unnatural for you, and it is unnatural for most women, that is the only thing that you need to be doing. That is what sends the message across louder than anything else. It shows that you aren't just riding the wave of your emotions, that you aren't just trying to get what you want. It shows a lot of restraint. It shows a lot of self-control. And it shows that you're respecting his desires. And that's really gonna make him take notice. But here's the thing, like, you actually need to be working on yourself during this time, because if he does come back and reach out to you and you're just exactly the same and you're this desperate, needy mess or whatever the case may be, then he's just gonna leave again. You have to actively be working on yourself and getting to that really strong, powerful place. It's funny that so many women are so scared that no contact is gonna make him forget her and he won't miss her. It's really the opposite. Like, the bigger problem with no contact is that you probably will hear from him more, and that's just gonna make it harder for you to move on and to work on yourself, because you are gonna be really tempted to go over to his house when he calls and wants to see you, or when he wants to talk to you, or when he says that he misses you. So it's really like, that's the bigger problem that you're gonna face, because I really want you to be strong and to not be in touch with him at all for at least 30 days. My advice is usually to just go cold. But if you must, like, if you want to let him know you're going to go cold before you go cold, that's fine too. After a breakup, you can say to him, look, I respect where you're coming from and I understand why you want to end this relationship. I just, I'm going to take some time, work on myself, think things through, and I would just appreciate it if you didn't contact me during this time. And if he does contact you during this time, ignore. And then just spend the time focusing on yourself. That is the most important thing you can do. If you want to know more things that you can do during this time to guarantee that you will get your ex back and that the relationship will work this time around, there's no point in getting him back if it's just going to fall apart all over again, if history is just going to repeat itself. If you want a step-by-step guide, then make sure to download our book. It's called Get Him Back. You can get it at easyxback.com. You can download it right now. I hope this video was helpful. If so, please give it a like, leave a comment letting me know what you think. I love hearing from you guys, and I will see you in the next video.